Hello, I'm Dr. Beth Godey.
And I'm Dr. Martha Leatherman. I'm a geriatric specialist in psychiatry.
And I'm a neuropsychologist, and I specialize in aging.
We're experts in dementia care, and we're here to provide you some information and answer some questions that we hear very commonly about dementia and other issues in aging.
Hi, one of the most common questions we get is, I'm having some memory problems. I'm a little forgetful. I'm having a few senior moments, but do I have dementia? Does that mean I have dementia?
Or is it just kind of normal for getting older? We've all heard of senior moments. So we'd like to answer that a little bit today. Dementia is more than just memory. There is a certain amount of memory lapse and loss that comes with normal aging. And you can talk about that real well. That's one of the things you evaluate extensively in patients.
I thought maybe she said that because I have so many memory problems of my own. But
Well, I feel it.
Our lives are very stressful. We don't have just one phone number to remember anymore. We have a cell number, a work number, our children's cell numbers, our parents' work numbers, and just it's too much to remember at times. We're all very busy. So forgetfulness is quite common. However, with dementia, the forgetfulness interferes with one's ability to take care of yourself, so that you may forget to eat, for instance, or you may forget to do things that ordinarily you would have done as a matter of routine. It's a big change in your ability to care for yourself. That's the key issue.
But there's another more subtle form of memory loss that really isn't memory. It has to do with being able to learn new things. So if you're presented with information for the first time and you just can't grasp it, can't learn it, that's more worrisome than forgetting the name of a movie star or even the name briefly of somebody that you see often at church, but that information comes back. And this inability to learn new material is really quite a hallmark for dementia, and is different than the senior moments that people have.
Many people will say, well, I remember things from a long time ago, so my memory can't be impaired. I must not have dementia if I can still remember those things. But as Dr. Leatherman was saying, it's the new learning that's the problem. We already have that old information, our memories of our childhood and our weddings and births of children. We have all of that already in our brain stored. But it's the new learning.
Not being able to store new things.
Right.
So that's kind of the overview about the memory part. But beyond memory, there are a lot of other symptoms associated with dementia. And some people present with other signs of dementia before you really even notice the memory problems or problems with new learning. For example, personality changes is a big one. And the personality changes come from a lot of different reasons. One of them is loss of the part of our brain that kind of monitors our behavior. So what we call executive function.
Right. And you might see behavior changes in terms of increased irritability. And again, we're talking changes in behavior. Saying inappropriate or embarrassing things in public that the person might not have said before. Cursing when they never cursed before, things like that. The other thing that can come up with dementia is difficulties with organizing information and reasoning through things, logical reasoning and judgment. So an example of that might be someone who always has their paperwork organized and can get their tax information together every year. You don't have to worry about it. Then you go over to the person's house and there are papers scattered around. They can't seem to find or to integrate any of the papers.
Or to finish a task that they've started. And this is new. This is somebody who's never had a problem with that before. And they can tell you, oh yeah, I know I need to get my taxes done. I just have to get this together, that together. And they can actually talk through what they need to do, but it's not happening. And that's the organization, being able to hold a bunch of information in your brain, manipulate it, and act on it appropriately that they've lost.
Right. There can also be speech problems that occur with dementia. That can also be a first sign of dementia. Now, we all have difficulties coming up with the right word to use at times, but this problem with dementia, the speech problem, is such that you might not even be able to understand what the person is talking about. What is the point of what they're saying? What's the topic? Because there are a lot of words,
but it's very vague.
Not
and
much content.
Right, so devoid of content, vague, a lot of words, and you never quite got the answer to the question that you were asking, but you got all kinds of details that didn't get you anywhere.
So again, dementia, the signs of dementia are changes in one's usual ability to function, whether that be with language or memory or reasoning or processing or social behavior. So those are the things to look out for. Now, in part 2 of this presentation, now that you think, well, there might be some dementia, what do you do next? How do you find out? Which professionals do you go see? So tune in for that.
For more answers to questions like these, our book, The Insider's Guide to Dementia Care, is available at Amazon.com.